What up traders, what up investors, Ken here from the Select Investor, and thank you for tuning in for another fantastic video. Yes, this is the pretty face behind the voice, the guy you love. You've probably seen hundreds of hours of my Thinkorswim charts. Now you see my pretty face. Does it match up? If you like it, hit the like button. If you don't, you know what to do. Alright, but we're going to be looking at a fantastic video today. We're going to be looking at Nvidia. We're going to be looking at some very interesting options activity. And of course, Nvidia is getting a pretty large bid today with a lot of large volume coming in, and of course with that volume comes a lot of upside. The bulls are going a little stir crazy over there, but we're going to be jumping into the charts here in a second. Just want to say hello to Kevin, my trading plant, which is the palm tree that's in my office. Keeps me company throughout the day. If I should add anything else to my office that helps you keep company, please leave it down in the description below. Would love to see on what you guys comment on. Again, guys, thank you so much, and let's go ahead and jump into the charts, boys. All right, traders, now you saw my face. Now you can put the face to the charts and all that fun stuff again. So go ahead, and we're looking here at ticker symbol Nvda. That is a ticker symbol for, of course, Nvidia that we're looking at today. This one is a spicy meatball this morning, and it has a pretty nice run here. I'll give a big high five to the people who have been trading this, moving to the upside here. We're looking here on the chart here. We're looking kind of at a really solid base here around the 21 EMA. We're going to call it $500. I have an alert here basically on that low here, but that's to the extreme levels. We do have a nice foundation here that built a really strong base, and we're seeing that trend kind of change and try to move further to the upside here. You can see that trend change by those parabolic SAR dots. Those are the little purple dots that you see there. If you're colorblind, they might be blue. I'm not sure, maybe even yellow. I have no idea. That being said, they have switched. So they switch from the top to the bottom, which indicates, hey, the trend has changed. So the trend in the short term, again, on the daily side has changed. So we flip over to the weekly side. If we hit this little arrow here, we're still kind of in a kind of an iffy territory because we had that large candle about 4 weeks ago really explode higher, thanks a lot to a lot of individuals going full on bull mode into the last couple weeks. That really kind of created that somewhat of a correction, kind of slightly simmer down kind of thing, in the sense of the movement kind of coming down to the 8 EMA on the weekly side. This trend is still very much intact. We've seen this kind of movement before. Yes, even we go back to even the March and April, that was of course the pandemic stuff, and we saw extreme movement there. Of course, to the long side, this is still a very healthy upward momentum trend if you're looking here on the weekly side. Going back to the daily side, and then we're going to be swapping over to the options chain, and we're seeing a lot of buying. That could be to a lot of people doing covered calls. So if you're not familiar with a covered call, they're trying to protect their overall investment. So they're potentially, they have 100 shares of Nvidia, they're going out and they're buying or selling these different various calls at a much higher strike price further out. Because as of right now, you can almost collect $2,000 per contract. That goes all the way out in December. Can Nvidia hit $200 or $640 by that time? I don't know. It's basically a 29 or a 30% chance. You can tell that by the delta number there. So that is definitely something very interesting to see on that movement. Again, a lot of volume coming in between those the December time frame. We can again look here at the options chain itself and the high volume here. A lot of it's coming in very in the short term. A lot of the call side looking for even this large position here that we looked at, the 16th of October, which is 175 contracts at $5, but they're buying the 1918 delta as of right now. That is a little I would say a little bit bullish, but it is Nvidia, so definitely that sucker can move. So if we can see if that is implied volatility, if that is somewhat of a potential that happening, or is it going to be more of like a options decay and completely IV crush? So again, these trades that you see here are not going to be completely directional. We don't know what's on the other end. We don't know if the trader is doing covered calls or he's just doing a YOLO Robinhood account. We don't know that. We can just see on what the quantity is, the time frame, and what they're really looking for. So looking here on the 16th of October, we're seeing that really kind of come in here. That's been 16 days out. We're seeing that movement coming in, and they bought these 600 calls. So again, there is a lot of open interest at that time frame. That is a 15% chance of that happening. That being said, that movement for the next 16 days is about $43. So that would put it basically around $580-ish. So that would kind of put it around this frame here, around 575 to 580. But again, that's what the market suspects, unless the market makers are wrong, which they are a lot of times. But if that implied volatility will expand, we could get that movement to the outer bands to that $600 limit. Not saying the $600 limit is not going to be profitable, but the likelihood of that being towards or in the money is not very likely, due to the fact of being that option so far out in a very short time frame, unless there is some kind of large catalyst that can really potentially get this sucker moving. So looking here back to the charts, what do we like to do here? If you haven't watched the channel, you know KB loves his fibs, loves them fibs. We like draw that fib here. Guess what? Look at that. Look at that, huh? You see that? You see that right there? Hitting that 618 on the daily side at $542.48. What is the tick on that, Ken? Ken, what's the tick on that? Oh, sorry. I fat fingered that. What's the high of the day on that one? 144.85. All right. It's close, right? It's close. That's the high. That's the high tick. But you know, if you haven't watched the channel, you should subscribe without a doubt and hit that like button. If you don't, GTFO, right? And get a moving, kick the can down the road. I don't care. Moving forward here, that we want to see that close higher than that in the next couple days, or even today. Again, it's 1 p.m. currently here, Eastern Standard Time. We could get some further movement in the next couple hours. That being said, the stocks was up nearly 2% already today. It's pretty substantial. But most people are swing trading this. There is, again, a lot of intraday trading going on, without a doubt. That being said here, we want to see this movement continue. This trend has just switched just a couple days ago. We're coming out of this pretty strong base, getting above that 525, 528 level that we've kind of failed here before. We're trying to break out here. That is a good significant sign for a potential further movement. So further movement, getting above that 542, really getting attracted to the 562 level. That's going to be another very key level to potentially see. And then, of course, if we get through that level, we're looking for around that all-time high, basically around 590. To the downside, where are we seeing support? You love it. The yellow line, the 21 EMA, basically kind of come in on the very short-term side. We're going to be looking for support around 515. But with Nvidia, like Tesla, a lot of these tech-heavy stocks can come back really fast. So we could be looking for some initial support around 506, and then all the way down basically around the $500 level. Again, the 21, 34 MA are some key levels that we look for potential support on any kind of strong pullbacks. That these are potential buying opportunities when they pull back and they kind of trade in around that range. We saw that here for the past week and a half. That was basically doing that kind of pattern. If we see that pullback come back even further, like the basic, I would consider it level 2 pullback support would be coming in around 476 or $476 for the people on the East Coast. That being said, some cool positive signs that we're seeing here. Volume there's not a crazy increase in volume. So that is a significant sign. We are seeing the TTM squeeze go from red to yellow and trying to trade that momentum higher. We are seeing that with the parabolic SAR dots. We're seeing RSI rise as well as the volume zone oscillators. So these are, yes, they are the secret formula for a potential larger move to ensue. Doesn't mean it needs to happen. So just be very careful out there, especially trading options. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace!